Alright guys, let's try this one more time. This is Abram. I'm pretty sure everybody knows me off of YouTube from these Mandela Effect videos that I used to do. And if you go back in my old videos, you'll see them. You'll still see that they're still on my page, on my channel. Mandela Effect was something I strongly believed in. I delved into it. But ever since I got back to knowing Christ and following Christ's footsteps, that hasn't bothered me. I haven't been worried about it one bit. When you have Christ, you don't worry about nothing that's going around the world, because it's going to happen. What's happening is going to happen. It's been foretold. It's been predicted. It must happen before the Antichrist comes. Sorry. But we don't know if this Mandela Effect is a Satan deception or what it is, because there was going to be a great deception coming, so we don't know what it is. But now I'm focusing more on the Word of God, the infallible Word of God. And yes, there have been some changes to the words in here, but that's going to take another whole study. But God's words are still remaining true to this day. Nothing changes. This is just a book. But if you have God in your heart, the Spirit, He will let you know what's what. If we turn to Matthew chapter 20, verse 20, we can read that right quick. You can pause the video if you like. And in verse 20 it says, "Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons, worshipping him and desiring a certain thing of him. And he said unto her, What wilt thou? She said unto him, Grant that these my two sons may sit, the one on thy right hand and the other on the left, in thy kingdom. But Jesus answered and said, Ye know not what ye ask. Are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of, and to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with? They say unto him, We are able. And he said unto them, Ye shall drink indeed of my cup, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with, but to sit on my right hand and on my left is not of mine to give, but it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared of my Father. And when the 10 heard it, they were moved with indignation against the two brethren. But Jesus called unto him and said, Ye know that the princess of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them, and they that are great exercise authority upon them. But it shall not be so among you, but whoever will be great among you, let him be your minister, and whoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant. Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister and to give his life a ransom for many." Now there's several parts that we can break down into this this short little scriptures. Maybe, what is it, 8 verses? We can break it down into about 2 or 3 different things, okay? First of all, the mother of, the one that came to him was the mother of James and John, which would be Mary's sister, which would be Jesus's aunt. And so James and John would be his cousins, right? This mother wanted Jesus to put James and John on the right hand and the left hand side of Jesus in the kingdom. He said, no, it's not for him to give it, but it's the Father. Well, first of all, we can take from that this woman his aunt wanted Jesus to show favoritism, since maybe they were his cousins. She wanted him to show favoritism more than likely, and give them the right and left hand seat of him, where he's. Alright guys, sorry about that. My video cut out on me. I think I ran out of memory. Let me try to get set back up. Okay, so we left off with James and John's mother, which would be the cousin of Jesus. James and John were cousins of Jesus' mother. Their mother was the aunt of Jesus. So, of course, she came asking for favoritism, in other words. And we learned that Jesus does not see one person greater than the other on earth. We're all the same. We're all equal. We're all here in one goal. Follow Jesus straight to heaven. Okay? So Jesus showed us that he doesn't have no favoritism. A mother's goal is to have their kids be the best at anything, at everything in life. So this mother's was wanting Jesus to have both of her sons, one at right and one at left, of him seated. You know, any mother would want that, you know. So like I said, Jesus told her it's not up to him to give it, but it's the Father in heaven, which we know God was Jesus in the flesh. But Jesus still humbled himself to say that it's his Father in heaven. And of course, like I said, you know, this woman came to Jesus, it says, worshiping and desiring something of him. So the second part that I could break this into is that a lot of times we as Christians, we go to the church for a certain reason, instead of only for one reason, and that is to love God because we love God. This woman came to him, worshiping him and all that, because she already had her mindset on receiving something. And that was to have her sons exalted right next to him, you know. Many Christians will go to church, you know, looking for miracles, looking for blessings, let's say, looking for something. There's something that, you know, there's a motive for them to go. A lot of times it's not because they love Jesus and they want to worship Jesus and, you know, God, and they want to be in the presence of him, but instead there's a motive deep inside that a lot of people have. We should only go to church because we love God, we love Jesus, and we appreciate his sacrifice that he made to come down to this filthy earth, to be beaten, to be mocked, to be spit at, to be whipped, and then to be hung, to shed his blood for us. He shed for us. He shed his blood for us so that we can be free of this evil bondage on this earth. That should be the only reason that we go to church, okay? And like I said, a lot of people, they go for miracles, blessings, and if they don't receive a miracle, they fall out of church. And that's the wrong way to do it. If you're going to go to church, do it because you love Jesus and for his sacrifice that he made it for us, okay? That's all I got to say. This is the part 1. Part 2 is going to be on... Part 2 is going to be on leaders, serving and leadership, okay? So, it's still going to be on Matthew 20, but I'll come back with another video for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. God bless.